Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome. We are done with our break. We are happy to see you all here, and thank you so much for being patient with us while we went and visited our Boudors. And shut up, Kinetic. Anyways, we are happy to be back. I am trying not to burp because, excuse me, I drank some Pepsi and it does that to me, but the caffeine is great because now I'm all wired. I'm like, who wants to roleplay? But before we get into this, let me just remind you all, if you could show your love and support to the wonderful players who are part of this project while we
No.
undertake this goofy, especially Gatsu. Make sure you follow Victor Zangief on Twitch because he doesn't stream at all and he will actively be angry at you for doing it. So make sure that
Gatsu
you do that.
grumbles.
Gatsu.
Yeah, it just helps get in character.
Oh no.
Oh my god,
Marley,
that gift is like
that
curse.
gives up to tummy.
Which gang does Cummy Tummy belong to in the ship?
Definitely the crunchumans, the crunchums.
The Crunchums?
Yeah, the
It's
crunchums.
not the Coomers? The
I
Coosers? I don't know.
felt like that was too on the nose.
These feel all slightly sexually related. Just making sure you understand that, Dylan.
yeah, that's fine.
It's Dylan, so.
Oh, fuck. Anyways, before we get back into it, just a reminder to everybody as well that we have the Wrath Pool, which is in the bottom right corner. It is a reroll system that also features a couple of extra mechanics usable by the players if you want to help them out and just support the project in general. Every instance of $10 that is earned across subs, bits, and donations goes towards increasing that pool. So if you guys want to contribute to help expand that pool, we would very much so appreciate it. And every time the players use one of the Wrath points, they will suffer the consequence of using the Wrath point on the Wrath pool roller, which I haven't fully fleshed out, but I have options available today. So we will at least have some elements of chaos on hand. Not literal chaos, but you know what I mean, because different thing in this setting. Anyways, with all that said and done, thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate you being here, and we're going to go ahead and get back into the adventure at hand. Also, would you like to...
Farley, thank you for giving out a gift up to
Yes.
God damn it.
Yes, thank you for the...
This is a Slanesh theme roleplay now.
Yes, thank you for the gift sub to both Cummy Tummy and Seaman Demon. I want to know how those two are related, and I'm not going to really ask.
Okay.
But with our Thanksgiving, hold on, OBS. There we go. My OBS took a moment to catch up. We are good to go, and let's get back into the action. Thanks everybody for the contributions. It's very kind of you. All right, let me get that ambience going and. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Oh, Q, thank you very much for the contribution of yet another Wrath point. Boop. We are now at 11 Wrath, and I'm realizing my font choice is a little wiggy when it comes to the Wrath alignment, so I'm just going to go ahead and unfucculate that. There we go. Alright, everybody. Yes, thank you, Cuber, and all of you who have supported us so far tonight. It is very appreciated. All those contributions go a very long way to helping us increase the quality of our broadcasts and just help with a lot of expenses that come up when doing shit like this. So, and thank you, Cats, for redeeming the hydrate, posture check, and stretch. Alright, players. When last we left you, you had been imparted with the task of reaching a hidden shuttlecraft owned by the captain of the Findrosa in the hopes of being able to depart secretly from the vessel and find an alternate source of fuel and potential psychic entities that can be used as sort of warp batteries. There is a system in place on vessels in the 41st millennium that are used by humans at least, called Geller fields, and these are very important methods of creating bubbles of safety in the warp when traveling from large distances using the warp, because it is a subdimension that is basically hell. that it ignores the laws of time and space. And if your Geller field goes kaput, you get some bad problems. So you don't want that to happen. But unfortunately, the Findrosa is currently, as far as the captain has informed our players, low on the psychic battery level, which is most Geller fields are powered by sacrificing those capable of utilizing psychic energies as basically living batteries. So eventually they get drained out, and you need to swap them out vis-a-vis the they die. So, to that effect, our players have to go to the planet and essentially find a way to find more fuel for the vessel and to find more batteries for the no hell don't touch me shield. So, with that, you guys elected to follow the route that was given to you by the captain to his hidden shuttlecraft via the under kind of subsystems that travel along this massive fucking vessel through parts of the essentially food production areas where a lot of the menials in the vessel who meet an untimely end are reprocessed into what is commonly referred to as corpse starch amongst those in the 40k universe. There are also kitchens available here, but the good majority of what this place purposely serves is basically grinders for the dead. So in a way, I suppose it's the ship's morgue. But to that effect, that is sort of the general area that you four are now finding yourselves traveling through. However, the winding corridors and dark, sinister elements of this massive building or massive ship, are difficult to navigate even at the best of times, despite you having a map. So what I'm going to need from you players first, in order to see how well you manage to facilitate reaching this location, is, let's see, I will say that I can argue the use of either awareness or survival. If anybody wants to argue another stat, they can, but otherwise I want everybody to give me either awareness or survival tests. Unless you can think of another stat that would influence navigating the winding corridors of this derelict fucking vessel.
Tech?
Tech?
I mean, he probably has a map or a data slate with stuff like that on it.
It's true, you do have the resources. Fine. Hardass can use tech.
Nice.
Alright. The difficulty number is going to be DN4. Keep it a standard. Also, Effie,
Standard's
just a
3,
heads
but
up, I'm hearing me through your mic.
reminder that standard is 3, not 4.
Ah, right. Baseline is 3. Very well. We'll tell you what. We'll keep it a DN3. So everybody go ahead and give me a DN3 test if they would be so inclined on that front. Pretty please.
Fuck.
Oh, a complication. That's always fun.
Oh, Darby.
This is fine.
I'm also going to probably alter the complication table to a custom one eventually that is involved with other types of tests. But for now, something
Oh,
fast.
Oh, no.
This is a great one for you.
I'm back in Nam again. What the fuck?
All right. Well, Montier, that lines up more or less because you have had a little bit of experience managing your navigation through. Does anybody wish to use a wrath point before I tell you what you're going to be encountering here?
Nah, this shit's funny.
No, I'm good.
All right.
That's why I picked
No, I'm
survival
good.
and not awareness. My awareness is shit for some reason. I don't know why.
I convinced them to do tech, and then I fucking failed anyway, so...
All right. So as the four of you are progressing through the halls of the area here, I'm going to use the ad hoc table that I have created here for encounters aboard the vessel. Oh, good. All right. So as you are as you're walking through the corridors, trying to find your way through, looking for it's despite having a map, air quotes, it is challenging to locate the location of specific areas beyond the general guideline that is putting out, and areas of the ship have changed in the time that this route was mapped as well, or factors have changed so that you're not exactly sure of what you're going to be running into. And as you are all walking through this, the general rusted hallways of the underbelly of this vessel, you can hear the sound of a couple of different people, and it sounds like a loud kind of like ting, 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 like a couple of hammers and different tools are smashing into some sort of metal panel, and coming around the corner, you can see that there is a group of what they appear to be a little eccentrically dressed, although the majority of them, because there isn't much in the way of like reasonable materials for denoting one's allegiances in a space like this, it appears that their sort of mannerism of dress is in tandem with, like, essentially they've just created this really weird system of arm seals. So like all these individuals who look like they're part of some sort of collective association have what essentially equates to their arms are just covered in varying sizes of like metal rings that are made out of scrap and fashioned in that way. And one of them stops what they're doing and turns around, and as this is happening, Tarvathian, you swear they're saying things to you. Like, you can hear... It's hard for you to tell if they're having a conversation with you directly or not because their mouths aren't moving, but you swear you can hear them kind of speaking to you. And they're accusing you of something. It seems like these individuals have, like, they think that you've failed something, something quite critical, let somebody down. You're not entirely sure who they're alluding to, but every now and then one of them just looks you in the eyes and just kind of reminds you that, like, you didn't do what was asked. So you can factor that in as this engagement is going on, but they all stop what they're doing, and one of them turns around who's carrying, like, a fairly large hammer, and he just kind of looks over all of you and goes, "Hey, are you not supposed to be down here?"
Sorry. Are there just humans with the weird rings, or...?
Yes. You guys would recognize these as members of the Downspouts. So one of the gangs that runs aboard this vessel. The Downspouts are... they have a particular penchant for their denotation of symbology and association related to piping and such, and that's why they try to make their arms kind of look like metal pipe structures. And they definitely are very much so more of the underbelly type gang. They have a lot of territory at the lowest levels.
Is that a short joke? Do I need to fight you?
No, you don't. I think that's going to come up a lot. But they all stop what they're doing.
You know, if he climbs the ladder.
So... I mean, should we initiate this with based on who rolled what, or are we just like free for all talking right now?
This is just your group. Basically, I had a group test there. Part of it was a total number, and then the other was a basis on successes versus failures, and then the other was obviously factoring in complications. So I have constructed an encounter here, and you guys can collectively decide how you want to approach it.
Oh yeah, no, we're completely supposed to be down here. Don't worry about it, lad. I'm Hardest Gormthrung, junior quartermaster. We're just passing through to go get some other supplies, other missions to do, requisition, the like. Just a small group. We'll get through here, and you can carry on with what you're doing.
No. This is Downspout territory. You need to pay a tribute.
Yeah, no, I'm not affiliated. Again, quartermaster. I help all the groups out, including the Downspouts. I mean, who do you think you get most of your wrenches and bolts from, huh?
Give me Give me a persuasion.
This is not a Oh yeah.
The DN, in this guy's case, an average 3. Oh, what the fuck?
No.
I got a success, but with a wrath complication. Look how fucking beautiful that is. But then it's like no wrath.
Yeah,
All
you succeeded to a huge degree.
Wow.
What?
You do or say
And
something
God
you didn't
damn it.
mean to.
Can I fuck you up a little bit here? Because
Or
I had a
clumsy.
complication.
Yeah, go. What are you doing?
So, hearing these words that aren't actually happening, Tarvathian, like, you see, kind of goes a little pale, and starts looking around in, like, kind of a panic almost. In his brain, he's like, there's too much space. So pulling out, like, a little knife or something like that, what he would have on him for his crazy voodoo rituals, he kind of just pulls out some sharp implement and shanks the wall and starts carving runes because there's too much space. He hasn't been down here. There aren't any runes. This place isn't safe, and he's freaking the fuck out.
That works.
Drisva is just standing there, left eye gently twitching, just completely amazed at what is happening.
So initially, when you make your proposal there, it's like that. 2 of the guys from the group are like, yeah, no, yeah, that's the little guy who makes sure we get all the little important things. He's really good at scavenging, and they're like talking amongst each other. And one of them comes up and is like, no, boss, we don't want to fuck with that one. He's important. And they're like nodding and looking at each other, and like they're about to say something, and then he turns to look and watches Tarvathian is like carving runes into the wall. And the guy like looks like he's about to say something good, and then he looks at Tarvathian and goes, is that fucking pretty boy making witchcraft? Is this are we gonna be hexed?
Nope. Moving along.
You just start trying to walk past?
Big T, Tarv, my boy. Tarvazian. Yeah. Not right now, bud. Please.
I don't know if I'm done yet, but this needs to happen. So I'm gonna.
Needs is such a strong word here.
Give me a resolve roll.
Oh shit! Why are you
Ooh.
like this?
Because welcome to being a fucking Eldar.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, it didn't change. Oh wait, maybe it did. I don't know. I'm gonna fucking. What is this? It says fear or terror. I'm confused.
Fear, not terror. You give me a fear resolve roll. The DN will be 3.
It's not adding that bonus. It still says my resolve is 3.
Oh, that's because it increased your combat resilience, not your.
Where the fuck did I click the wrong thing?
I do believe you.
Am I just bad?
It's resolve, right?
Yeah. I think
There
I clicked
we
the
go.
wrong
I
thing.
think I fixed it. I did. There we go. Yeah, it was just the wrong stat, but there you go. Now you
Okay.
fixed it.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
However, due to the nature of base it's 3, but it's 4 because you have that passive from being an Eldari.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, you did bad.
Hey, there you go. Look at that. You suddenly come to your senses, Tarvathian, and you are like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Like, and the voices have stopped.
Okay. No explanation needed. I'm just gonna put my shit away. They don't need to know what happened.
See, all good. Moving along. Thanks, chaps. Bye. And Hardass kind of like shuffles the group along, the corridor, like he, hands out like he's like trying to herd a small group. He's like, "Yep, yep, yep," and just kind of keeps like randomly chatting platitudes at the guys as he's moving along.
One of the the like gang members leans out from the group of them, and as he's walking along, he goes, "Hey, who's the hot one with the pointy ears?"
You leave Tarvathian alone.
Oh, yes, I agree. Leave the poor man alone. He's already bruised.
Checking myself for bruises now.
The gang member just kind of looks a little like confused at the conversation. Like, this dude is not smart. You can tell that all of these guys are very stupid. And he just kind of goes, no, you're the pretty one. Pointing to you, Drizva.
Oh, I was about to say, if he doesn't point,
Well.
it's gonna get fun.
Yeah, there's too many sexy
Last I
people in
checked,
this group.
I would consider myself that, but I do admit that Trevathian does bring up the standards around here himself. Thank you. What a wonderful bit of information. Just don't choke on your own tongue. And then I'm just gonna keep walking.
He kind of like pushes past everybody in the group, and he goes, "Oh, hey, you don't need to be so hasty to leave. I was just being friendly. You look like you're pretty friendly."
I'm gonna step closer to him
Oh,
and
I'm the most friendly one
Nope,
here.
Nope, 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 nope.
yeah, I wanna interpose a little bit.
Okay, and then do what? Just stare at him, or do you have an action you'd like to do, Tarvathian?
I'm gonna hit him with some voodoo witchcraft.
Why?
No. I'm gonna kind of look at him and kind of look to the rune, and how do I want to threaten this man without outright saying I'm gonna kill him?
Are you trying to intimidate him without actually meaning it? Because that would be deception.
Oh no, I mean it. Because I'm not quite done with my rune, and it needs some blood.
Nope, you're already done with it.
All
You
right.
already resolved that role. You've moved
Yeah,
on.
no. It'll. I can get blood elsewhere. It's fine. No, I'm okay. I'm good. I'll be good. I'm just gonna stand here.
Also, Bunny, just an aside, Drizva's reactive is designed that way, so she has like a bit of an open mouth. When she talks, the PNG will bounce and the mouth will open more. So if you're like, why is it open like that? That's part of the design. She has like a bit of a visible lip line. But to this situation, Drizva, are you going to ignore this man's like efforts, or do you?
Doss would love to step in between them here. Kind of give a little, moving along. Thanks, that's great. Yep, no, she's we got things to do. Remember, still requisitioning. Still, yep, moving along. That's wonderful. Please, Drizva. Thank you, fella. Yeah, yep, got things to do.
Drizva, how would you like to react to this attempt to reroute your focus?
Yeah, I would love to. In a second, let me just
No.
Well, I got 4 successes on my willpower test to not shank the man. So I'm going to grit my teeth for a minute.
You got a critical on that too. You got a
I know.
Critical
got a glory
success.
point. I got a glory point for not murdering somebody. Oh
willpowered.
boy.
Excellent, well done.
that you will use later to murder someone. It all balances out.
Yes, Ardas. Yes, we should definitely be hurrying along. Goodbye, Monkai. And then she's just gonna. You know how straight arm, kind of like walking just a little extra hard to get away, you know. You know
Mhm.
how that is when somebody. Yeah, Drew's just doing that right now.
A
Except-
stiff walk away.
Yeah, except her right hand's on her impaler.
Little twitchy as she walks away, would you say?
A little bit, yeah. She's.
Um,
Also,
And-
question for you, Dylan: is everyone on the ship generally just like used to seeing a bunch of non-humans at this point, and so it's not like a surprise in any way?
oh
Or,
no, there'll be some surprises for sure.
well, but
Like
I'm saying, like, for example, this group obviously doesn't, like, they kind of know who I am, but they don't really know who they are. Wouldn't they be a little like, what the fuck, two Eldars in a crew?
oh, they definitely are having that response, but they're also like, holy fuck, that one looks like a monkey that'll tear my dick off, and like these two look like they might stab me 400 times. So they don't initially
Got it.
decide that
Okay.
it's time to be like, hey, you don't belong here, alien fuckface.
Okay, got it.
There's enough of a non-human presence on the ship that it's not something that people are immediately reactive about, but trust me, anywhere else you will be getting a lot of those kinds of reactions. And some of the new menials or people who have been cycled into the crew from new planets that they visited are 100% going to have that reaction. But these guys being gang members,
Racism.
yeah, they are already a little established. These guys are like, the gang members on the ship are just above menials who have managed to survive long enough to actually enter some kind of hierarchy. But yeah, if you just walk across some dude who's like, I gotta bring my pile of garbage from point A to point B 200 times a day and hope it doesn't break my legs, he might be like, oh god! So yes, don't worry, there'll be plenty of opportunities. But I think that was good for the encounter roll. Now I have a planned encounter. So on this level, as you are traveling along, eventually making your way through the underbrush. There is no underbrush. Well, I mean, there might be plants, but that's neither here nor there. As you're making your way through the area, eventually you come across this large double door set. And it appears that there are two house guards standing on either side of the large double doors, and there is written in like a low Gothic, there's kind of like a sign that has been erected over the door that says quarantine zone, no entry permitted. And the route that is denoted on here goes exactly through this area, and it looks like there's very little opportunities that are clearly denoted to go around the access point, but if you guys want to look around, you might be able to find something. Otherwise, this big double door that is currently guarded by two house guards seems to be one of the only ways through. So I leave it in your capable hands to decide how you guys want to approach it.
Do the house guards know that we're attempting to go through this? Like, the captain
You
has
haven't-
orders kinda...
Oh no, the captain hasn't told anybody that there's orders to do anything. It's up to you guys to get to the ship on your own. This is a hush-hush mission, so it's...
God,
they might react unfavorably, and you don't know how they're going to react. You guys are currently like off to the side, able to see them, but they haven't like clearly spotted you. Like, so there's a stealth option. There's a diplomatic option. If you guys are tired of waiting, you could just kill them. You could find another way. I leave it in all your hands.
Listen, I'm trying to get us off the ship without killing. Once we're off the ship and we're dealing with other shit, DOS is less problematic with it. You know, I think he's taking the mindset of you don't shit where you eat type of thing, you know? As well as the captain told, I don't know, everybody in this group to not fuck with the people that are on the ship unless they're menial, and even then, like, fucking be chill about it. So
Boss, this is where I eat.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't shit where you eat.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep walking unless somebody's gonna stop me.
I was gonna
This
say,
is
well,
the
I was gonna
road.
say, Dylan, did you say that there might be other entrances into this thing? We could.
There might be.
Do a
It
little
depends on what you guys
exploring?
want to try to do.
I have a thing.
Are you gonna go through the
Like,
fucking air vents, you weirdo?
When we came across the gang, that's why I've been quiet, because I immediately went up into the pipes, because this is like the way underneath bullshit area of the ship. So I assume
It's
there's like
true. There's lots
Like,
of little
there's-
like sub access points and little corridors and shit and vents and what have you. There's
Okay.
these ships are not optimally designed by any fucking means and are millennia of generations of built over
Okay.
like shit. So lots
Mhm.
of
Well,
little
that's where
hidey
he's
holes.
been. He's up in what like the pipes, walking above them right now. So I am currently looking for a vent access to this room. That's what he's been doing all this time.
Give
So-
me
Confines. Where? How big is Montier? Like how
He's
tall?
quite large, 7 feet.
Jesus, how the fuck do you fit up there?
he got them liquid bones.
I'm very.
I'm
I'm like a
Gumby.
cockroach. He's like a cockroach. He
Yeah,
squishes
Kurt-
himself real flat.
Kroot are tall and wiry, but they are exceptionally stealthy hunters who are able to fit through things
Yep.
that they got a little bit of a cat vibe going on. Maybe not that level of liquid bone, but
Fucking little non-Newtonian human thing. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a tight fit sometimes,
oh, for sure.
but he's used to it. And I didn't say he was in the vents.
That's
He's
what she
like
said.
crawling. He's crawling on the pipes that run along the ceiling. So there's more space. It's
And
not
the-
vents yet.
In the same way that a xenomorph can fit in all kinds of places on a ship, it's that kind of vibe, more or
Yeah,
less. It's
yeah.
like-
Okay.
Like curled up.
yeah.
Got it.
Very. You'd fit in at an Alien Cirque du Soleil act for
He's
sure.
a giant cat. I got it. Go.
Meow.
No.
What was that? All right. Well, if you're looking for some kind of like stealthy way past this doorway, I guess that it would probably factor in to your stealth score.
Yes. So what's the DN for that?
The DN for finding an entryway that would surpass this doorway is a 4.
4. All right. Here we go.
These
Well,
are
Oh,
the,
I really succeeded.
Hell yeah. Sorry, what, Tarvathian?
oh no, I was saying these are. You said the house guard, right? They chill with the captain. They know him.
Oh yeah, all the members of the house guard. No, everyone knows the captain on the ship. Like,
Yeah.
it's there's like a.
I mean, that makes
so you
sense.
want to be a crew member kind of initiation that always emphasizes like there's a cult of personality around the captain aboard this vessel as part of one of his only ways of like holding power because his resources are far less than people think, but he puts up a front of like being like an intimidating kind of fellow. So
I was gonna say that I'm sure the house guard isn't fucking weak slackers though.
Yeah.
no, they're most of the house guard. So like when it comes to rogue traders' personal guard aboard a ship, they're like generally veteran breachers. They fight better and have better equipment than most Imperial Guard, because they're void-born soldiers who spend a lot of time and effort being trained from birth and are generally of a higher quality. But still killable and whatnot. But yeah, they're very loyal to the house. So, and they look like this. The thing I brought up on screen. These are the outfits and uniforms of the void sealed flak armors that they use aboard the ship. So, what would you like to do, Tarvathian? Before I tell Monty, because it sounded like you had an idea.
Oh yeah, it was just in a way that was like, hey, this might help because I'm gonna be I'm do the Tarv things and just go through the front door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Alright.
go with him.
All right, so Tarvathian and Drizwa both start just walking towards the doorway. Hardass, you've lost track of Montier.
Yeah, that's
and you
cool.
can
Just,
see the two.
7 foot tall green Ninja Turtle wannabe just can disappear at a fucking drop of a hat. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fucking great.
That's terrifying.
Mhm. That's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Das grumbles, and heads to the door with Tarvathian and Drizwa because there's a good chance that he's gonna need to help talk their way past the point now.
All right. Cool. So to that effect, they are going to. I'm going to do a general roll here for the guy. I didn't. Oh, all right. Well, I'm just gonna borrow this stat line real quick here. Anyways, I'm not gonna do a roll for him. I'm just gonna role play it out at this moment as I hastily replace this actor token. But he is one of the guards is going to as you guys just literally come striding towards them, Tarvathian and Drizva, because you're taking the front on this. Hardass, are you trying to like jog up in front of them before they make contact, or are you like behind them?
Stupid long fucking legs. Yeah, I think that Das is gonna try, and you know what? Das is gonna let them. He can't always babysit. He's gonna let them see what they can do, and if he needs to fucking intercede, he's right there behind them.
All right, so they will probably not even see you. So it's just Tarvathian and Drizva as far as they're interpreting it.
You kidding me? I don't care how tall or short are. You're not gonna miss these fucking luscious locks.
Especially right now because they're flowing in the wind as he's trying to catch up.
It's not like running, but it's like just fast enough that it's like, you know.
Are you doing the Baywatch strut? Is that what you're doing?
He's doing the like speed walk, but like trying to not look like he's going fast, but it's just fast enough that it's almost like a jog.
Okay, fair enough. So the initial engagement
Suddenly doesn't have his shirt. I don't know what happened. No,
So since you're letting Tarvathian and Drizva take the lead there, just before I let you guys interact with these guards, Montier, searching around up above, you have been able to find excuse me, what appears to be a pretty narrow corridor of ventilation that's large enough for everybody in this group to fit through. It's periodically blasted with some kind of green gas that you're not entirely. It seems to follow a bit of a pattern. It's not the Pudor. Fuck. Yeah, there seems to be some kind of like exhaust runoff system that's like passing through here. So occasionally there's this blast of this nasty like foul-smelling green gas that goes through the area. But if you're quick enough and you know not. If you can get the timing down and are quick enough between the transit points, it seems like it would be fine to go through a fair bit of this section down this straight tunnel of ventilation.
So what you're saying is, it's a me, Amontio.
Yes, exactly. You it's only big enough for prone travel though. So like anybody going through this space, maybe Das could get like a bit of a low crouch. But everyone else in the party, including yourself, has to kind of like combat crawl it through here to get to the other end. Otherwise, it seems like most areas have been completely sealed up by attempts to create like layers of new bulkheads to seal off sections, or are just like you have no idea where the hell anything else would lead, and you might get very lost going those directions. So there's only really one other reasonable approach, and that's going through the ventilation system above this area, which has its own hazard.
Okay. Well, would he continue, or would I try to get the attention of the group?
I mean, Montier is a clan-minded creature, right? So he wants to make sure that whatever his designated tribe is at the time is aware of everything, because they always operate in like a cohesive unit. So I imagine Montier would probably want to come tell them, but he could also be like, I'm going to scout ahead. So really, it's just your preference.
Okay, so Charvath and Drizva, are they at the guard yet?
So you would have found this. So up in the area above the doorway, there's like a ways down one of the corridors that you're kind of peeking out from with all of the. Because like these ships are a fucking mess of amalgamation of different sized hallways and designs and like multi-layer kind of like it is not a coherent construction in a lot of places of this vessel, because it's just so many years of rework and fixing and evolution. So one of the areas that you found is probably just close enough that you can, when you're returning, you can overhear any conversation going on near the door. So you can you can listen into what Tarvathian and Drizwa start doing, and then decide if you need to interject or not, if you'd like.
How do I play out flipping down from a vent in front of them and being like, "Look, we can go that way." Okay, this is what I think he would do. He would listen and wait for an opportunity, and he wouldn't come all the way down. He would just sort of try to get their attention, like a whisper or some kind of sound that would get their attention to let him know that he was up there. Because I don't know if they're really aware that he's even gone.
I mean,
So.
Das sure is. Tarvathian
Yes.
and Drizva both have their own priorities of attention. But to that attempt, are you trying to signal them? I would say that your investigation probably would not bring you back there until time to actually hear the conversation, because they literally just strode into it. So I think
Okay.
we can revisit that. But for now, Tarvathian, you're kind of taking the first foot forward. How do you want to open this encounter? These the two gentlemen who are here also, they raise what it looks to be kind of like projectile weapons that they're not like las rifles. They look like they're almost like shotguns.
Word. Cool. I also have a very effective weapon of my own. I'm gonna go ahead and reach in my pocket and flash the paperweight like it's a police badge, and just keep walking.
Okay. I don't even know how to constitute what that is going to qualify as. It's like a fucking like not leadership.
I will
Deception?
mention that it is because this is the gate to where we're fucking going, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, cool. So I'm just gonna say captain's orders and just keep walking past.
I mean, you're not
Deception?
technically lying,
He's not lying.
but
I
He's just
invoke
got to
the
be
name of your
convincing.
boss.
It's almost like a performance.
well, that's just why I'm thinking it might fall into the leadership category, because he's probably had some experience dealing with the guards around the
Or
ship.
is that more of a persuasion?
I mean,
I don't know. Up to you. Or a fucking sleight of hand? I don't fucking know.
Hey, I'm here with my pretty much stolen police badge.
Tell you what, give me
Not
deception.
stolen.
Deception?
The
Oh,
captain let you
shit.
take it.
Yeah, deception, DN3. You're
I
basically...
literally cannot make that.
No, you can. Wrath dice.
What?
Your wrath die is a different die that adds to it, and if you crit on a wrath die, you get extra elements.
Word up. All right, let's do this. This will be fucking great either way.
I couldn't have asked for better.
I love it.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh no!
Oh, what?
Wait, what?
What?
Oh my fucking god. Are you kidding me?
I'm cool with this. This is dope.
Oh my god. Montier found the Poodor.
Yeah, Montier found the Poodor. Everything's going to shit.
Yeah, why?
Oh.
No.
So, what is it?
Hold
Because
on.
fucking. Oh my god.
I'll tell you what happens.
This is
I don't
not
know.
my fault.
False idol? Golden calf type status? I don't know what the fuck to.
So you, Tarvathian, you bring out the statue, And as you're striding forward, kind of using it as like a badge of authority, like I have access, blah blah blah, it floats freely out of your hand and just drifts into the air. And you watch as it just kind of warps and shapes in the air into a completely new form. And it is now like this grotesque, horrifying looking amalgamation of a woman. And as it's just hovering there, it just turns its head and goes, "Let them pass."
Great.
And both of the guards level their guns at you and go, what the and one of them turns to look at Trissa and Hardaz, and the guy, you can hear through the filter of his helmet, he's like, nobody's allowed through, there's been strange occurrences in this part of the ship, and he's like leaning a little forward and he goes, "Here, these aren't, you two aren't human."
Right, hi. Hard as Gormthrong, you know me, Junior Quartermaster. What is it? Brandon and Ted, right? I think that's your names.
I don't even know how to make you roll for that, but like...
Nope, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fellowship?
Sure, give me a fellowship roll. Give me a fellowship roll with a DN of 4.
Oh my
Almost.
goodness, you actually fucking passed.
You could
No,
always
I
use a
didn't.
wrath point.
Huh?
You could always use a wrath point.
Wait, why is the 4 red?
Oh, because it's a 3 success. Okay.
3 success,
yeah.
not
The
what I
the
need.
red one is the wrath die.
Yeah, there's always a wrath die in the grouping.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no. I feel like using wrath points right away is silly when you just fucking.
I don't know. You know, it's your call. You can treat it however you want.
I'm just gonna flub it, and they're gonna be mad that I got their names wrong.
All right, cool.
But they know who I am, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe not.
I mean, I should probably roll for them on that front, maybe.
Brandon, I got you the salted groks. You always like the salted groks. Jesus, I'm dipping into fucking Eric Bush's voice.
Yeah, the guards are just looking at each other like they don't. Like, what the fuck are you on about? Kind of reaction.
Tim, I know you like your floral soap.
They're a little bit too preoccupied, panicking about the Eldari who's standing before them. Who just literally distraction. Is that what you're saying?
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand. You just made me imagine, like, you lose control of, like, where you're going with that, so you just start going, like, waving your hands in front of them.
They're just like, what the fuck?
Drizva, as this is all falling apart on this diplomatic interaction, is there anything you want to do or say?
Yes, actually. I'm going to try to intimidate them to step out of the fucking way.
All
Are they a
right.
little distracted right now?
I mean, they are in. They're pretty like. I mean, I wouldn't
Focus
be-
on the random chaos horror that spawned in fucking Tarv's hand for no fucking reason.
Yeah, they're a little put off by that.
Jesus.
Question.
Yes.
Since they are distracted and I'm in the vents, can I drop down and try to knock them
Non-lethal.
out?
Non-lethal.
Not 100% non-lethal. Just a good old noggin knock and knock them out.
You could definitely try that if you wanted to.
I feel like he would have come up on this conversation and been like,
Oh.
this is not going well.
I want to know what Drizva does for the intimidation though first.
Okay.
Gotcha. Move aside, Bunkai. Of course there's weird things going on. Have you seen this fucking ship? We need to leave to go fix it. Captain's orders.
That's more of a persuasion. What element makes it an
You know, that's true.
intimidation?
Probably the fact that
Satan.
I'm a Dark Eldor. And I'm being polite.
You know, I mean, I'll say that it can function under the benefit of the weird fucking whatever the hell just happened to the like.
There's a lot going on for these guys right now.
Yeah, they're a little overwhelmed. So tell you what, I'll give you a DN of 3. Normally it would be 4 on an intimidation roll because these guys are not as easily pushed around.
Okay, that's a 0 somehow?
Yeah,
So
well,
I'm gonna do that again, I guess.
That's weird.
Uh,
You have no intimidation
There-
dice? Oh, there
There
you
we go. Hey!
yeah.
Another
That's
glory.
pretty cool. Nice.
Wow. Basically, the game goes
Glory.
anytime Drisva doesn't stab, that's a glory point.
It's like, good Drukari, no murder. Here's a cookie.
Save it for murdering later.
So Montier, you're ready to above, like, taking your way along the top part of pipes and stuff, and your rolled stealth test when it comes to how stealth is applied in terms of action economy stuff for this game is still what you have rolled there, and I would normally have them roll to see if they detect you, but like there's nothing about what they're doing right now that would imply that they're looking at you. Now that Drizva has kind of taken their attention in, so for now I won't roll them against your thing, but you do very much so successfully keep them in a situation of being intimidated, because Drizva, you're trying your best to be polite to the people who you know you shouldn't be stabbing on this ship, just because
So hard.
it's that element of like, you know, Drukari know how to follow orders, but only when it becomes aware that the power struggle is unequal. As soon as you find an upper hand, you take it, but for now you're very much so in the, like, good graces of the captain, so there's a bit of motivation to stay on the narrow until you're at least given the go-ahead. So these guys are, like, they're done with this guard duty for the time being. And the one guard, he just kind of, like, raises his weapon and he goes, "You know what? If you want to go past these doors and get yourself fucking killed, that's your initiative. Just take that thing with you." And he's like gesturing up in the air to the free-floating little statuette that is just slightly orbiting in the air and just occasionally going, "Hey."
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Can I grab it?
Yeah, you just want to pluck it out of the air.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. Is it like still fucking little demon statue?
It's making little noises. It's not really coherent. It's partially animated, but it doesn't seem to be like super animated. But it is weird
Okay.
and
So
distorted.
while it's like weirdly squirming, I'm just going to I've not polished it, and I'm gonna start rubbing it on on my clothes.
Congrats on your new toy or whatever.
I have a fucking demonic Pokemon.
So you just start rubbing the thing, and it just makes little like muffled noises as you like run your hands over it. But for the time being, it really just doesn't say much or do anything. It's like it's just as a very passive level of. It's like the worst Tamagotchi you could buy somebody right now.
Yes.
And so as you're polishing it, the guards just one of them takes the sign that's like part of a seal off of the door and just kind of moves it to the side, and then inputs a code on the door lock next to it, and the whole thing just and it's like kind of stuck, and they just kind of look at it for a minute, and you can hear gears going, and it eventually opens up at least 3/4 of the way, allowing room for each of you to go in one at a time. And they just kind of stand back, and the one guard goes, "Yeah, good. Have at it. Go on in. Just hurry it along. I'm not going to report this."
Does Montier just like drop off the rafter?
Well, I was about to ask, Montier, do you continue through the upper way, or do you just drop down and go through the door?
He has no reason to get down. He would want to stay stealthy.
All right, but what I'm asking is, if you want to follow the rest of everyone, you'll have to either go through the door or go through the vent that I explained before. So
Yes,
that's your choice.
he is. He's going through the vent. He's not afraid.
All right. Fair enough. So who goes through the door first?
I mean,
I'll
kind
go
of.
through the door first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the guards kind of like a lingering bitch what look as I go through, and I'm just gonna mutter. My hands are doing that thing where they tighten into fists, clench, release, clench, release, in and out. Think about what the captain said. Just gonna murder some folk later. It's fine, and then just go through the door.
All right. Tarvathian, you go next, I assume?
Yeah. I'm still trying to turn the statue off.
Where's
Just
the
spacing out following.
Das, what about you? What's your reaction to them and going through the door in general?
Das is just gonna kind of like, smile and nod and kind of wave at the guards as they pass through, and then go back to like grumbling a little bit on the other side
Das grumbles.
and like
Got it.
shooting random glances at the fucking demon statue. It came out of the fucking warp apparently out of nowhere. Our batteries on the Geller field are apparently running so low that even though we're not in the warp right now, we're having issues.
You did reach a quarantine part of the ship, so I didn't specify why it was quarantined.
Well, fuck it. Das grumbles.
Can I check that?
You want to use your skill?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wait, I've rolled a wrath complication every time. I'm scared.
You don't have to do it, but
I'm doing it. Where the fuck is it? There it is. How do I roll this shit?
I think you would look for it under your.
Yeah, I see it
Combat
here. I see
tab?
the stat. Oh, combat?
Oh no, it's not under combat.
Oh, it is.
Oh no, it is. It is.
Okay.
So yeah, there you would roll it. The DN's probably 3 in this instance.
We made
Well, hey.
You did it. Barely, but you fucking did it.
Wait, why does it have a damage?
Because it's a damage thing.
No, it's not.
It has a range and a damage roll on it.
I don't know why it has a damage roll. It shouldn't. I guess it must just be generalizing the factor
Skill.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Let me just make sure I'm getting the wording right here before I tell you what you're feeling. You can attempt to within range and line of sight, including sustained psychic powers. Similar effects as to... Oh, yeah. So I think it would be very much so obvious to you that this section of the ship has definitely undergone a breach in the Geller coverage at some point in the past. It's not strong enough that you're kind of like, this immediately needs to be something that I run away from and like we should get out of here and everything is fucked. But what you are picking up is like, if you stray too far from a very central line of how to approach the next section of this ship, there's some very unpleasant things that might come your way. Like you get an impression that parts of the lower halves of this walkway that you've now accessed, because as the door opens, it opens into this kind of catwalk that goes through a very darkened area of the ship. Like there's a couple of red emergency lights that act as like basic power in this area, but you can tell a lot of like power to systems in this place has been disabled or cut off. And there's just like an unsettling dark void from the catwalk into a section where every now and then you can just hear like a little brief kind of hint of some kind of unpleasant sound coming from far below within the bowels of this section of the ship. So the catwalk is a pretty straightforward approach. It's got a very long walkway that diverts off into stairs that go further down, and it has a couple that branch off into other segments of this section, but for the most part, it's very dark and hard to see the majority of everything beyond the walkway itself, which is the only, like, illuminated area. And feeling out into the darkness and further beyond into the rest of the section, rather than following, like, the straight line, you get the impression that it would be very poor choice to deviate from walking along this, like, one gangway.
Okay.
Great.
So I will go ahead and I will kind of do the tisk, like, hey, stop everybody. And this place wears the warp as a second skin. I will lead the way. And I will, like, if the party will follow me, highly unnecessary, but I'm gonna do, like the fucking why can't I not remember the name of the movie right now? Oh my god, Mission Impossible, where they're like any spy movie where they're going over like the lasers and shit, like walking all weird.
So you just want to look like you're walking through, like, an invisible laser field?
Yeah. And I'm just gonna be like, I hear the whispers, like on the wind. This is safe. Follow me. I want to see if I can just salsa dance my way down.
Yeah, that's entirely doable. I'm 100% for this. Can you please give me, just for the element of grace that needs to be involved here, give me an agility test with, like, a DN of like, 1.
In before wrath complication, I'm not allowed to roll dice. Oh, fuck me. I called that shit too. That's funny.
Wow.
What is? Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, this brings me no end of joy.
If there's another warp phenomena, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I mean, you might.
I'm
Unless you want
Literally.
to re-roll it. I mean, there is the wrath pool, but that also comes with its own potential complications.
No, I'm owning it.
All right. In that case.
Oh, that's kind of happening right now anyway.
You can hear the voices return. They're chastising you, and they also tell you that if you speak while you are walking along this catwalk, they will take your soul.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of pause mid-step, turn towards everybody, just looking drastic, just a whole mess right now, and finger to mouth, be quiet, and I'm gonna continue along.
As I will get to Montier real quick here before I get to the other two, because I need Montier to roll me the navigation. I think this would just be a general agility roll, if I'm being honest, because stealth doesn't really factor into, like, the timing of what you're doing. I'm just checking your other skills to see if there's anything else that would really apply here, but not really. Yeah, just give me an tell you what, we can call it athletics in this instance.
All right, what's the DN?
The DN of going through this is going to be 3. It's not super hard to time and avoid everything.
Yes, the lasers. Let's go.
Hey, there you
fuck
go.
yeah! All
Perfect.
right.
So you are very
I think
nimble.
you're like
and...
the only one successfully rolling so far. It's not because
Yeah.
like Driss has as well, but technically not in the way that she wants to roll. So I don't know if it's technically successful rolls.
Yeah, I mean,
She's
her
not
rolls have been
killing
great,
anyone.
just
It's
not for
successful
her.
for you.
Successful for the rest of the group
That's
to
right.
make sure that she doesn't get voided into space, ending this session very early.
It fits the party's definition of success quite nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Montier, there's no effort that you really have to exude to avoid these blasts of harsh green energy that seem to be, or gas that seem to be like transiting. It's almost like there's a vent system that is connected to this ventilation shaft that is like processing occasional bursts of something from one part of the ship to another, and it's going into the area that has been like quarantined. So like the onrush of this green gas is like shooting out through a cross tunnel that occasionally opens and seals again. So it's pretty easy for you to time it, and there's no real lasting issues or effects. So you make your way through this pretty handily, and you'll definitely be on the other side of this area that everyone is traversing before them. So we'll get back to that. But for the time being.
So
Oh,
they're having a boring conversation, and I'm having like a fucking Mission Impossible spy moment.
Yeah, you're like sneaking through the vents, and there's like traps kind of going off, and you know, in your head you're like dun 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 dun. So you're
Yeah, I like it.
yes. But yeah, I will get back to you. I just need to know as you guys watch Tarvathian, Drizva and Hardas, Tarvathian disappeared. Like he's barely visible until when he comes into like the low emission of the emergency light in the space. And everything in here has a really echoey quality to it, and occasionally you just hear rather unsettling, hard to pinpoint noises from the darkness below the kind of like walkway space. So, first of all, Drizva, what's your reaction to his like Tarvathian making no noise and looking like he's stepping over invisible wires, essentially?
I just gonna chew on my bottom lip and just frustration for a second, and then I'm just gonna follow. I'm just gonna follow at a normal pace. I'm just gonna go, and normal pace for me is pretty quiet. I guess I can roll stealth just to humor the man, but it's just to humor the guy. So
yeah, the test of like following those steps was a 1. So yeah, you handily passed that test for sure. But you're deciding to keep the same kind of movements and do the weird interpretive dance through the darkness.
Oh no.
Question.
I'm just looking for traps, and as soon as I don't see there's any, I'm just gonna keep walking, and I'm just gonna just gently tap my fingers in a nice fluttering cadence on the hilt of my impaler at my side. I'm just really testing my patience.
Oh, so you're trying to be sneaky, but also keeping an eye out for things. So what you're going to do is you're going to give me an awareness roll in that case. Investigation or awareness.
Okay.
And the DN of this, due to the dark, will be a 3.
Okay, all right. So my awareness and investigation is 2.
Yeah, you can still do it based on your rolls. There's degrees of success that are potential, but it's your call if you want to. You can roll it or not. Hey, see, look at that! Stop getting all the all the criticals.
3 points of glory in session 1 already added. I think you've maxed out our fucking glory pool already.
Yeah, you guys are maxed out on glory. Like, there's no more. You've reached. You're cut off. No more glory.
My murderous energy has to go somewhere.
As you're looking through the.
Oh my fucking god!
Thank you for the gift sub to Cumbender. Very, very much so appreciated. Yeah, as you're kind of worming your way along, not doing as much of a silly dance, but like your movements are meant for stealth instead of like whatever ritual Tarvathian is currently acting in. Taking a closer look at this space as you're walking along, you can tell that like parts of the gangway have started to erode, almost like there's an accelerated element of entropy to them. So there's parts that look like they are worn and could potentially be fallen through if you put too much weight on parts of this walkway. It's not like to the level of like, look out, it's a minefield of rusty bullshit and we could easily die here. It's more like, just be careful where you're walking and how hard you walk, otherwise it could potentially lead to something worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that to myself, and I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Das, what's your approach to this goofy bullshit? You got a flashlight, maybe?
Fuck. So, I'm just trying to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Monty's up in the fucking pipes.
As far as you're aware, you don't know where the fuck Monty is at the moment.
I'm the only one that's noticed he's gone, though.
Yes, you're probably the only
Okay.
one who was actually giving a fuck at the moment.
And then Tar is doing his weird Mission Impossible laser dance through thing silently.
You're witnessing further acts of Drizva being all about Drizva and Tarvathian being about Potato.
Yeah, I would say that maybe he has like maybe a chest mounted, like flashlight thing.
Oh yeah, that's part of his equipment.
Yeah, like
Sure.
just standard, random bips and bobs and shit that he has. Something like a flashlight would be something that he would have on him.
There are many ways you could explain that to the positive, so I will definitely agree with that.
And I think he flicks it on. It's not like some fucking bright, like over the top, like spotlight type thing, but it's like a pretty strong, flashlight. And he just kind of sighs and just kind of walks forward carefully, but not doing Mission Impossible laser beam dodges.
All right, give me an awareness test with a DN of 3, please.
Fuck.
Actually, DN of 2, because you have a light source.
Wait, how is that?
No.
Why? Wait, why did it say that I have? Like, I have a. Ugh. Yep.
It's 4 failures, and it was a 1 on the Wrath die,
Yep.
so there's a complication.
Yeah.
Do you wish to reroll?
I'm assuming I lose my fucking flashlight.
You do. It comes undone from your outfit. You're walking along, and you send your foot through part of the one of the rusty like overhang parts, and only your foot goes through a little bit, and you're like, oh fucking, and it's just enough of a force and just the right combination that the flashlight just unvelcros itself from the front of your outfit, and you're like, oh fuck, and it just cling clong, cling, cling. You can hear it dropping a ways down into the dark, and then there's a sound and the light disappears.
Yeah, well, that's one way to test where we should and shouldn't fucking walk, I guess. Stick along the path.
I love this system.
Jesus Christ.
No, Das, be careful. The walkway does seem to be a little old.
Mm-hmm. Das is just fucking constantly grumbling right now. It's like a string of muttering.
Das grumbles intensifies.
Yeah.
Alright. Meanwhile, Montier, you have handily made it ahead of these guys to the next section of this sub-part of the ship, and you're first to arrive into the area that looks like it definitely facilitates what would be considered like a sub kind of hangar. And there's stuff that you will obviously see in this space, but I also need a roll from you on your awareness.
Okay.
To see if anything stands out to you about the area.
Damn
And
awareness.
for you, it'll be a DN of 4.
Oh crap! All right. I only have 2 on my awareness. All right, get ready to fuck this up. Yep.
I mean, it's fine. There's still stuff that you see. It's just you're not, due to the nature of what you are and your experiences with what's in here and the space. Obviously, there's elements that you will never not notice, which I will tell you now. It's just there's extras that are currently unnoticeable to you. Looking into this space, you can see that it's a fairly large kind of hangar space. There's a ship inside of it that looks like it has a couple of kind of like tarp covers over it, like it's been covered by some kind of plastic or canvas material that has been stretched over it in a couple of areas and anchored to the ground. There is a large doorway that looks like it probably leads to the outside. Like, Montier isn't an idiot and knows how spaceships work, so you're pretty sure it's like, it's a dock, this opens to space. It's a very thick material. Like, this thing looks like it's like a vault door on crack level of like thickness, basically. And it is, it looks like it's definitely gone unused. The whole area, it has a light, like, illumination to it. Like, there's some kind of emergency systems that are solidified for keeping an illumination and power running to this space. And the ship itself seems to be intact for the most part, and the area appears to be devoid of any, like, noteworthy creatures or entities. There's nothing that, like, for the time being, seems like it's hostile to you or reacting to your presence, but you are also sneaky as fuck at the moment, and your stealth score hasn't changed really because that maintains as that number. So yeah, is there anything you want to do in this space after I've given you that information?
I don't know yet, but I want to add that while he was walking through the ducts and kind of watching the other crew,
you wouldn't have been able to see them from the
oh, I
event,
couldn't see them?
unfortunately.
Oh, rat. So it's not like graded.
Yeah, no. There wasn't the route you took wasn't like exactly parallel with their walkway. It was kind of like a little bit more removed, so you wouldn't have known what they were getting up to.
Okay, so he I'm still up in the in the ducting. I don't have to come down, right?
Nope. You can wait to see if the rest of your team shows up. I told you what you see. Now you can act however you wish.
So is this space large? That I've kind of come into.
It's definitely larger than most because it needs to have the space to accommodate a flying vehicle and all the accoutrements that would be therein. But it's only about the size of like a private hangar, so like a small aircraft hangar size that you would kind of expect at like an airfield, about a similar sizing.
Okay, so
still
not
bigger
like
than a normal room, but not like massive.
Not like Imperial Star Destroyer ship bay level, but like a singular airplane hangar.
Yeah,
in the real world. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like, there's enough room for an aircraft and a bit more other shit, but like, it's definitely not the size of something that would house like a 747 or some shit. More like I mean, it's bigger than a biplane. This shuttle is definitely bigger than that, but it's also like, as far as you've seen like ships, it's on the smaller side. Like it's definitely a very civilian class kind of like vessel. It has a bit of grandiosity to it, but it seems that it's also very faded with a lot of use and wear and tear. So,
okay, so question. So we're trying to find batteries, right? Essentially.
So the air quotes batteries that you're looking for are people with psychic abilities that you take from the surface.
So
Okay.
that's gonna be on the planet. We're not even at that part yet.
We're just trying to get the fuck
We're
off.
trying to get to the ship that's gonna take us down to the planet. Like, that's what we're currently doing.
Yeah,
we're
so
still on a fucking walkabout to the goddamn ship. That's how many bullshit we've ran into.
Welcome to the
this
choice.
would probably
And reminder that this is the captain's secret ship. That and along with what we're doing is supposed to be a fucking secret, and everything about this is supposed to be a secret.
So I'm the only one who's actually secretive.
Well, for the most part, but yeah, you're aware, Montier, that like this looks like the ship you're intending to find, and
Okay.
you can decide if you want to be the first one to investigate it or if you want to hang around in
I sure
in
as
the
fuck
shadows.
do.
Okay.
He would probably leap down and just like quietly go around this thing. I mean, like you said, he knows enough about mechanical dealings, not in how they work, but what their purpose is. So he'd be able to at least be like, yeah, this looks like a ship we would steal. So that's what he would do. He'd dick around till they got here.
Because I don't know how to hide an element of something here, I'm just going to... So technically, this is how I think it works with the detection element, is I roll that, and then... Yeah, okay, cool. So that... Alright, neat. Carry on.
Okay. That's it. He would just get down and like walk around it and make sure that it was not broken or damaged or something like that.
There's no obvious, like, rents or damages on it. There's one thing that you would notice without having to roll for it, is it looks like some parts of external paneling and other parts of the, like, ship's, like areas you'd probably access electrical or subsystem parts look like they've been opened, and there's bits strewed about.
Okay. I think that's all. That's all he would do.
All right, so you're keeping us sneak around and keeping an eye on it, and otherwise just kind of trying not to be too obvious. And now that you've done your once over, you'll probably wait for the rest of everybody to show up before you make any further actions. Is that what I'm?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Because
All
I
right.
mean, he's not gonna want to like try to get in it or anything. Not yet.
All right, perfect. So I just need one more round of awareness rolls from Operation Dark Bridge, and then we can go ahead and get to you hopefully reaching the ship.
Okay.
The DN will be 3 unless somebody produces another light source.
Well, I don't fucking have one, so.
I'm gonna use a glory point.
Oh yeah, to add another die roll. Yeah, you guys can do that if you want.
What was
You
this
could-
fucking Game Master private roll?
That's what I rolled because I didn't want to betray this. What?
Hey, guess what? I get that.
Why
right
do you
back.
do this?
Suck it.
Well, I
Need
mean,
the
you guys.
glory back?
Yeah, you're maxed out, so if anybody wants to add extra bonus dice from the glory to this roll, you're more than welcome to.
I spent a glory to get a glory.
Wait, why is Tarv rolling?
Tarv, did you
I'm on
not
Dark Bridge. Oh wait, what? Oh no, yeah, I'm salsa dancing.
I was going to ask if you wanted to add a glory point to add another die to that roll before you did it.
Nah.
All right, so you'll take this failure. All right, good.
Okay, cool. Do I need to roll as well?
Yes, you do. Do you want to add any glory points? You guys have been making them back like candy, apparently. So
Sure, I'll fucking roll a glory.
how many do you want to add? Because you can use.
Just one.
All right.
So I'm just adding another die, right?
Yeah. So where it says bonus die, you would just add +1 or 1. I don't think you need to add the plus.
Not 10, 1.
Woo! Can't fail this, bitch. Hey, you
I
made
got
it
the
back.
glory
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's Tarvathian's turn to take a little header through one of the floor parts.
Great.
So Tarvathian, as you find yourself attempting to navigate through this maze of silent avoidance, you can feel that because you're doing this a lot slower, and Drizva and Hardass are just looking at you with confused looks as they quietly move past you, keeping an eye on the walkway. You are now at the back of the pack as the two of them reach the doorway at the other end of the walkway, and you feel yourself taking a little bit of a ginger step, and one of those whispering voices says something that really knocks you off kilter, and you stumble a little bit, and your leg goes right through, and now you find yourself hanging off the edge of this. So I need you, Tarvathian, to give me an athletics test, please, with a DN of 2.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Bah! Hey!
Hey.
I did a good roll. Yes.
Yeah. So you managed to pull yourself gingerly out of this hole that might have ended in a very nasty tumble into a very unpleasant space. But luckily for you, your efforts are you recover from falling through this horrible rusty pit, essentially, and yeah, you're good. You make it to the other end of the walkway along with Drizva and Hardass, and does anyone want to say anything as they reach the end of the walkway, or shall I just go to the part where you guys reach the ship?
I'm good.
All right. So as you you move on from this rather unpleasant area of the ship and move further into parts of the vessel that feel a little less unsettling, eventually the three of you come across the entryway into the directions line up finally on the data slate with areas that have not changed too much. And
Great.
as you open one of these access rooms, you can see that it leads into. And Montier, are you trying to stay like hidden in the shadows in this space? Now that you've kind of done.
Yeah, why don't you fucking creep out your own group? That's fine. Just surprise us.
I wonder if he would take an opportunity to like scare them. I don't know if he has that mindset though of like.
I feel like he just accidentally does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah, he
is
would-
not like hi, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And he's like,
I think that is probably one of the most common Kroot social things is they would sneak up on each other a lot because they would be
Like cats.
training. Yeah, they'd be training one another in their hunter's awareness. So like part of their dynamic would totally be sneaking up on one another in certain instances.
And he's testing them as his new like clan members.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly. 'Cause, like,
subconsciously, so yeah.
it is a test. They test one another so that they can manage their reactions. So I imagine like Kroot are like trained to if they see something that they weren't expecting, they have to have a reaction that isn't like shitting in their pants in terror, but have to adjust to it reasonably. So like Montier would probably just see it as like doing people a favor, honestly, is helping train them in reaction to unseen creatures.
Okay, I'm gonna need a reaction from y'all for the boo.
Well, hold on. I want awareness tests from Hardass, Tarvathian, and Drizva first.
Okay.
This is bad. This is bad. This is bad for me.
Does anyone want to use any glory die?
No, what's I'm just a straight roll. Are we setting a DN?
Technically the DN for what Monty rolled is your DN is a 7, so.
Okay.
Why do I
I'll
not
do
see
my
Monty's
best.
roll?
So way up at the top was his stealth roll. That's still.
Oh, we're basing it on his stealth roll. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Alright.
goodness.
All right, Tarvathian, very much so unaware. Drizva, can I get an awareness roll from you, please?
DN of 7.
You want it? You want another one?
This is
And
a new one because Monty is spooking us.
Oh wait, did you roll the awareness test up there?
Yeah, I got the.
Oh
feedback.
shit, that went past real quick. So you used
Wait,
what?
No, that was for something completely different. That wasn't for
that's-
Monty.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind,
this-
that's not the same thing.
This is
No.
this is
Oh,
just
this
in
is
passive for the area. So I need a roll from
Oh,
Das,
okay.
and I need a roll from. Or was that awareness test the one you rolled?
That was no. The one I rolled was the general area awareness. It's also a DN of 7.
Yeah.
Rolling again.
So technically the DN is only the height it is to see Montier, but there is another DN that is sub in this that is related to anything in the area. So Drizva, you got a 1. Terathian got a 1. Das, give me a roll for awareness. With a DN of 7. Oh, much better for the successes. So you're aware of a couple of things. You're not aware of Monty. Because his...
Great. Spooky turtle cat.
So Monty, you see your fellow companions enter into this space from another door, and you're like way up in the like upper parts of this space. Like you've climbed up into one of the darker corners of the shuttle area, and like none of them are paying attention because like Tarvathian, Drisva, and Hardass are all immediately like their eyes are focused on what's going on with this ship, and so Tarvathian and Drisva, you probably have mixed reactions of like, oh, let's look at this shitty Monkai fucking ship and pick it apart, because it's like walking into someone's garage and like noticing that they have like an ad hoc home built fucking Hummer or something. Whatever you think is like a mocking worthy vehicle to own. But yeah, Tarvathian and Drizza, you guys are drawn into this vehicle being like, oh, look at this pile of shit. Hardass, you see it for what it is as a potential like tool, and it can be repurposed. But one thing you notice immediately is that it looks like somebody has scavenged parts off of it.
Of course they fucking have. Great. Send us to use a ship that's gonna fucking not work, and we're all gonna get voided into space. This is gonna be a short fucking campaign with our roles.
So my question to you, Monty, is who do you want to prioritize coming up behind? The 2 Eldar or the dwarf? Sorry,
Okay, so
Kindred.
where are they in proximity to each other?
Tarvathian and Drizza are both standing next to each other, taking in the side of this ship. Hardass has already moved closer to the ship to be like, the initial, with Das, your initial recognition was one of like, oh my god, thank you, it's the ship. And then the next is like, son of a bitch, because you can see there's very clear signs of somebody having...
I don't know, maybe have to fucking fix this thing before we can even fly it?
Yep, that's definitely the vibe you're getting.
Also, how big is it to be able to carry fuel and fucking people? Like, it's gotta be a pretty fucking big ship, yeah?
Oh no, it's not.
Okay, well, but then how are we using this to requisition fuel enough for a fucking frigate, like battleship? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
That's something you guys are gonna have to figure out, isn't it?
We're gonna have to just fucking strap it in and tow it up, all fucking redneck hitch style. Like, I don't fucking know. In our fucking
like stealing a
cheeky
fucking trailer.
Busted ass El Camino ship that's fucking...
One problem at a time, and the first problem is, Montier, who do you prefer to ambush in this moment?
Okay, so is there a place I could land that is in between both groups to just...
You could literally swing yourself off like an overhead pipe and land in between all of them.
Okay, that's what I would do. That's what I would
say.
do.
The only thing, Dragonfang brought up the whole point. The only thing is, Das is the only one that has even noticed that Montier's gone at any point.
I think
the other two still don't even know he's gone.
Well,
so is he gonna really scare them if he's like, hey, they're gonna be like, oh, I thought you were here the whole time. Like, you know what I mean?
Probably not, but that's up to the players. You guys can they can speak for themselves. So, but I want to know. So, is that your plan of action? You're just gonna yeet into amongst everybody where you can be seen as best as possible.
Well, I'm very heavy, I'd imagine, and I would drop down and make a very loud sound in between them in a kind of a creepy, dark place. So there's the factor of it. They can't see very well, and I'd be heavy and loud when I landed, and plus I would probably like...
If you want to land between where the Eldar are standing and where Hardass is, it would be very directly in the light of the hangar.
Okay. Yeah, but it would be fast, and it would be loud, and they're like distracted right now.
Yeah. So if you want to try to jump into their line of vision, that's where you would land. Otherwise, if you're just trying to jump down somewhere in the dark and make a loud noise, that would be a different area.
I think he'd have more fun focusing on the Eldar. So he would probably just go to the darkest part of where they were at, like behind them, and just land directly behind them and just make a loud sound and slap his hands when he landed, or just what the loudest sound he could make as he landed.
All right. So, Drisva, how do you want to react to that? Did you even care that he was missing in the first place, or are you startled by the sudden appearance?
Can I make a sound that might scare them as real people?
Sure.
Let's see. Okay, so just imagine you're in like a haunted house environment, and I'm a scary clown. That's what he would do.
All right, Drisva, what's your reaction? Drisva? Effie? Effie? Uh-oh. I think she died.
Did we lose? Did we lose one?
Oh no. Effie. Paging Dr. Effie?
Scared her so bad she died.
She's scared. You're scared the soul out of her. I mean, she might have passed out. I don't. Effie? Hello?
Yeah,
Effie!
I've been talking.
Oh, we
Nope,
haven't
haven't
heard
heard
you
you
the
say
whole
anything
time.
for like 3 minutes.
Were you were muted then?
Oh, weird. Okay. No, I'm here.
All right. So I wanted to know what your reaction is to Montier pulling a jump scare on you.
Get stabbed? Like, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I'm gonna roll for willpower real quick. 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna punch him right in the face. I'm gonna throat chop him.
All right, Tarvathian, what about you? What's your reaction?
I'm gonna roll resolve to see if the same thing happens.
Wait,
All right, go ahead.
you're gonna roll resolve to see if you fucking attack him or not?
Okay, listen. There's reasons.
Okay.
It's true. There's parts of his character for the fear rolls. All right, you are. You give me a ruin with that fear, and you have reached the. You're afraid. So how do you want to respond to that fear?
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I just walked through fucking demon tunnel. I've been in demon tunnel.
You have
I
a
think-
demon statue.
For the purposes of this being another player and out of character, I don't want to hurt him. I think this is gonna be like swing and then kind of like realize last second. So stop the punch, but I definitely swung just reflexively.
I mean, is your punch gonna hit harder than fucking Drissa's, who's actually not stopping her punch?
It depends on what I roll, but I have a thing that increases my minimum damage. So armor and shit wouldn't matter if I hit you, and I don't want to do that to you.
Yeah, he's got an interesting sub bit of his speciality that creates this element of like natural guaranteed damage, and it would apply
Yeah.
to an unarmed attack. So, tell you what, I'll give you an awareness test of 2 to see if you can pull it back enough before you make the impact.
Okay.
You can also add glory dice because we're at max. if you
Oh,
want
it's
to.
4 because I'm scared.
No, it's 3. Oh wait, yes, no, you're right. Fear.
So base is 2, and then it goes up to. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to add glory die or?
Fuck. I keep forgetting that's an option, and then just click buttons.
I'll let you re-roll it with the glory die if you want.
Hey, y'all cool with that?
Fucking go for it.
Okay. Yes. Then.
How many do
Glory
you wanna
gapped all
use?
this session anyway.
You can use more than one, so you could use 2 if you want.
Yeah, let me use 2.
You kind of have to, considering you only have 2 dice and it's a DN of 4.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
He could
Yeah.
still make
Unless
it
you
with
got
double
crits.
crits.
Okay.
All right.
Got
Hey.
it.
Do you? I mean, I'll let you re-roll the roll with a wrath pool if you want.
No.
No, that's too much.
All right.
I do rerolls on the rerolls. The glory. Let's.
So go ahead. Oh no, you can. If the glory was used, you can still re-roll it that the glory was used in. It's just there's a price to pay for using the wrath pool. So go ahead and make a weapon skill roll for me. I believe that's what you use baseline for an unarmed attack.
Yeah. What's the defense?
What is your defense, Montier?
Oh, let's see here. Is that in combat?
Yep. It should be under general.
2.
Okay.
All right, there you go. 2.
Well, still 4 because fear. So roll
Yeah.
low. Okay, there we go. Bless.
Perfect.
That's amazing.
We needed this. Okay.
All right, you're like
What is defense based off of? Your armor?
defense is not armor because armor is built up by resilience, I believe.
Okay, resilience is your actual damage resistance, right?
Yeah, because resilience has an element of reduction. So if you're wearing armor, your resilience would go up, and then if you're getting hit with something that penetrates armor, it would ignore levels of your resilience. But most stuff doesn't do that.
My resilience is quite high. It's a 9.
Yeah, you get hit, but like whether it actually hurts you or not is a whole different story.
Yeah. Gotcha. And defense is okay, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah. So meanwhile, hey Drizva, can you punch Montier for me, please? Give me a weapon skill
Absolutely.
test.
We're just
This
gonna.
is gonna go the opposite. Oh
Heck yeah.
no! Wait, did
It's a success, right? You hit me.
It is a success.
Well,
the DN would
why
only
is
be
it
2.
is the DN just based on his defense?
Yes, the DN would be defense when it comes to doing this. And technically it's a weapon skill test, not a weapon use, so it doesn't have like a follow-up do damage button. I believe it's just your strength. There's like
It's strength +1, I think it was. +1 ED.
yeah, hold on. Unarmed damage in Wrath and Glory. I believe you're right, is that it's just the strength number +1 extra damage die.
Oh shit. Well, then I punched him for 4.
No, you haven't rolled yet.
What?
So Drizva, your strength is 3, and then you roll 1d6. So just do /roll 1d6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'll figure out how to actually make unarmed hits work in this mechanic, because it's not really set up for it in the shortcuts. All right, so that is 2 extra
Nah.
points of damage.
Oh, it's
So
a
you-
D3.
You do 5 points of damage, and none of that goes through Montier's resilience, so you do no...
Oh, good.
You don't hurt him at all, but you do definitely give him like a solid whack to the chest, and so does both of you turn around and punch him in the chest, and Montier, you just stand there like completely unfazed.
And he's like, yeah.
No, I'd be jazzed because I scared one of them, and the other one hit me, and he's like, worthy.
So did Das not get scared at all?
Well, does Das... Do you want to roll a awareness test for me to see if you're gonna... Well, actually, you already did. What you're gonna roll for me is if you think that would, like... I don't think it'll do the full, like, fear effect, but I will have you roll a resolve fear for me, please. And it'll be, like, 2. The DN will be 2. Because I imagine Das will probably cover that up pretty easily, as long as he doesn't horribly fail.
Oh lord.
Because Das was busy being fucking pissed and grumbling at the fact that the ship is a mess, and he's staring at the parts that are missing, and then suddenly that happens, and he's like, motherfucker.
So yeah, you run up to the ship and are starting to pull through the shit, and you're having a realization of like, oh no, like parts that are very important to this vessel seem to be missing. And as that's happening...
That's the actual reason for his fear.
Yes. So it's combination. You're afraid, like, oh my fuck, this ship might not run. And you were sitting there, and then Montier just scares everybody, and it's such a loud, resounding thing, and your focus was so in, you're like, fuck, and it launches you forward, and you bang your forehead against the ship, and you're just kind of like, oh. Maybe you can deliver your signature line for me?
Das grumbled. Loudly. This is a much louder grumbling.
So, with only 4 minutes left in our session tonight, what would you guys like to do about being in this space together?
Which, do I now have the fear condition?
Technically, but I will say that it is not going to retain to the level of you, like, being pants shit. Because, like, once you figure out the meaning of it, it would automatically clear the condition.
Got
it did give me a ruin, though.
Yeah, of course it fucking did.
Jump scares give me ruins, confirmed. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yes! Wait, does that mean you got 2?
God.
I do, I have 2 ruins.
That means he's got 2 ruins.
No, 2 from me.
Oh wait, you might be right.
Yeah, because you did it earlier in the game, right?
Well, no, just as a thing for me, if I fail a resolve check, he gains a ruin.
Yeah, I believe it's intense emotion. Failing willpower tests involving emotion gives me ruin. Yes. So I technically have 3.
Cool. Here comes the poo door.
God.
You do not wish for the poo door?
No, I do not.
Oh, boo.
I don't want to deal with that shit.
Literally.
All right, well, so with the last few minutes remaining of the session, is there anything you guys would like to do before we end, and then we can pick this up next week at the same bad time, same bad channel?
I think Das, after glaring at fucking Montier for a moment, looks at the rest of the group and goes, we have to fucking fix it first.
Oh, so do we all get like immediately sad?
Diddy. So what you're telling me is the Munkai also can't fix this vessel.
No, the
Great.
issue is that
Wonderful.
it's a shitty ship in the first place, and then they either didn't maintain it or someone knew about it and it's not that secret and they've been stealing shit from it. Because I don't think it'll fly yet. I do love that we all can be like stupid fucking humans the entire game.
Yeah.
True.
All right, well,
Goddamn Munkai.
as our alien collective sits here together, staring into the distance of the current situation they find themselves in, wondering what is to come of finding the ship in such a maloptimal state and not very ready to receive them at all. I think now is the perfect time for us to call an end to tonight's session. Congratulations, players. Very well done.
Hey, we didn't die.
Nope.
Not yet.
Yeah, and, well, you know.
We just already got
I
touched
know.
by the Chaos Gods for some fucking reason. And have a non-working ship, potentially. Like, we haven't even actually started our mission yet. Like,
As one does.
You think this campaign wouldn't be one annoying fucking issue to overcome after another? I am looking forward to the shenanigans we're getting up to. I'm very much so loving this narrative already, and your character dynamics are very amusing. So, thank you. Thank you so much to players here, and thank you so much to those of you in chat who are supporting our project. Your contributions have been very well received. We appreciate it a lot, and also if you're willing to do so, those of you hanging out in chat, please give some love to each and every one of these links provided here. Especially, I was about to say especially Gatsu, because he doesn't stream. Also known as Victor Zangief. And a little reminder to everybody here, I would really love and appreciate it if you could give some love and support to MWBDZ. MW, he is the one who has done pretty much everything you've seen here tonight aside from the character reactives. So like this awesome, I love the way this house guard came out. Like these are fucking sick. Like you did a great job with this one, MWB.
Yeah, they're dope.
I did enjoy how it looked.
Very nice.
You were like enclosed helmet, and I was like, man, fuck, what's the inspiration? And then I thought of the Red Guards from from the Imperial Red Guards and I was like, how can I kind of turn, because they don't look like they can see anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to make it look like they can't see fucking shit.
I love the combination of the aesthetics and the influence, because a big part of the Findesta family aesthetic and tie-in is that they have influence from like Greco-Roman historical stuff, specifically Greek. So the Findestas have like a very Greek influence on all of their stuff and things. So I like that you took the concept of like an Athenian combat helmet and turned it into a mix with like the influences of the Imperial Guards from Star Wars, and just it pops. I love it. And also, just big props to your portrayal of the captain as we discussed it, because I was just like, I want him to have like a pompous royal used car salesman vibe, and I couldn't ask for a better result, honestly. I love that we came up with the fact that his house crest that he uses as a signet ring is also like a bit of an improvised knuckle duster that he wears on his hand. So he like stamps things with his signature, but also punches it into people's faces.
Yeah, which I haven't had a chance to make like a nice one. I just did like a rough kind of thing with, what was it? It was like Medusa? It's like a Medusa sort of vibe.
Yeah, the house symbol is kind of like a modified Medusa, like a Gorgon mixed with other elements that we were working with. And there's also a little bit of a reason for that, but I won't go into it until it becomes narratively relevant, because it's going to be funny when it happens, if it happens. But... well done, everybody. Well done. That was awesome. That was very amusing. I love this campaign so far, and I look forward to playing it again next week. So, reminder to those of you watching from home, we are going to be doing this here on Effie the Cat's channel every Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, or I believe it is 8 p.m. What was the other time zone you denote, Effie? CST?
CST. Yeah.
Yes. So 8 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We appreciate having you guys here. And Effie, do you want to find us a good raid target? Technically, Coco and we have Coco or Gabi streaming. Oh, okay, we'll do Coco. That sounds good.
I already got Coco lined up.
Wait, hold on. We haven't done the goodbyes.
It's already going. We're doing goodbyes.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Goodbye.
The timer has been set.
Well, again, thank you all for joining us here. I appreciate you all. That was very amusing. We will see you next week at the same bat channel. Blah, blah, blah. And Effie, do you have any other announcements before we knock off?
I don't think so. I think we just I'm a little late on getting the schedule out, so I apologize. But tomorrow we do have a collab with Soul Camera,
Correct.
and we're gonna be playing some Hunt tomorrow, and Silver's gonna be there. So
Correct.
I get 2 guests, and Sparks Poison Ammo is now live, so I'm gonna be
That's
trying
true.
that out.
New update. Sweet. So yeah, make sure
Yeah.
to tune into Effie's channel tomorrow around 8 p.m. CST, yes?
Mhm.
All right, and yeah,
Yeah,
me,
same
her,
time.
and Soul Camera will be playing some Hunt, and then we might be doing some cooperative Skyrim later in the evening if it passes it, if it pans out.
Yeah. All right, we got very little time left. Goodbye, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Go Raid, go.
Go gadget raid.
Google Gadget Raid.
Hell yeah.